Namaskar, myself Pratik. In this session, we are going to discuss the concept of before, statement level, and row level trigger. Let us start this session. To understand this concept, let us consider this scenario. Here, we are considering an update statement which has a corresponding trigger, and this update statement is updating 5 rows of a table. These 5 rows indicates the rows of a table updated by this update statement. This trigger action indicates the trigger body or trigger code which is associated with this update statement. Before trigger, execute the trigger action before the triggering statement. It means trigger action is executed before updating these rows of the table. Before trigger are used when trigger action should determine whether or not the triggering statement should be allowed to complete. It means before updating these 5 rows of the table, trigger action is performed, and this trigger action decides whether to perform these updation of records or not. So we can conclude that by using before trigger, you can eliminate unnecessary processing of the triggering statement. As we know, before triggers can further be of two types. One is statement level and another is row level. Let us first discuss before statement level trigger. This is an example of before statement level trigger. Before statement level triggers are triggered only once for each transaction. It means when an update command update 5 rows, the commands contained in the trigger are executed only once, not with every processed row. For example, if this update statement is updating 5 rows of a table, then this trigger action is only executed once. It is not executed for every row. It is only executed once for the statement. This update statement result a single execution of trigger, and this action is executed before updating these 5 rows in the table. So this type of trigger is called as before statement level trigger. Before means trigger action is performed before updating these rows of the table, and statement level means trigger action is performed once for the statement. It is not performed repeatedly for every row processed by this update statement. Statement level triggers are the default type of triggers created via the create trigger command. We will discuss this command in next video session. Now let us consider an application of before statement level trigger. Let's suppose we wish to prevent any update operation on employee table on Sunday. For this, whenever update statements updates record of employee table, there must be a PL/SQL block that will be fired only once by update statement to check that day must not be Sunday. This has been depicted in this figure. Let's suppose this update statement is updating 5 rows of employee table. We wish to prevent any update operation on employee table on Sunday. For this, a trigger action will be performed before executing any update operation on these rows. So that's why we have a before type of trigger. This trigger will be fired only once for each update statement on employee table. This trigger will check the system day. If the system day is Sunday, then updation of rows will be stopped. And if system day is not Sunday, then updation of rows will be allowed. So this trigger action is act like a filter which check system day. If system day is Sunday, then updation of rows will be stopped. Otherwise, it will allow updation of these rows. Since we need to check system day only once, that's why we have to use statement level trigger. There is no need to check system day again and again before updation of every row. We just check it once during the execution of update statement, because these rows will be updated in milliseconds. So there is a need to check system day only once during execution of update statement on employee table. This trigger will check system day. If it is Sunday, then update operation will be stopped. If it is not Sunday, then update operation will be allowed. The second level of trigger is row level trigger. You can clearly see that in this case, trigger action is performed multiple times, which is equal to the number of rows updated by this update statement. So we can conclude that before row level trigger are triggered for each row modified by the triggering event. For example, when an update command update 5 rows, the commands contained in the trigger are executed 5 times, means once for every processed rows. So here we are updating 5 rows, so this trigger action is also repeatedly performed 5 times. So this trigger action is performed once for every processed row. So if we are processing 5 rows, trigger action will be performed 5 times. If we are updating 10 rows, then trigger action will be performed 10 times. So we can conclude that in row level trigger, trigger actions are performed multiple times, which is equal to the number of record affected by that DML statement. Let us consider an application of before row level trigger. Let's suppose we wish to prevent updation of job title CEO records of employee table. To ensure this, whenever we issue update statement to update records of employee table, there must be a PL/SQL block that will be fired automatically to check that the record should not belong to CEO. Let's suppose this update statement is updating 5 rows of the table. Then before updating each row, we have to check that job title should not be CEO. If this row belongs to job title CEO, then we have to stop the update operation for that particular record. If that record does not belong to CEO, then updation will be allowed on the record. So if we are updating 5 rows of the table, we have to check the job title every time for every row updation. Let us suppose row 1 of employee table belongs to job title manager. This trigger will check the job title. This time the job title is manager, which is not CEO. So updation will be allowed on the record. So row 1 will be updated. Let's suppose row 2 belongs to job title CEO. Before updating this row, trigger action will check the job title. This time the job title is CEO. So trigger will perform an action to stop the execution of update operation for second row. Let's suppose row 3 belongs to salesperson. Now again trigger action will be performed before updating this row. It will check the job title. The job title is salesperson. So update operation will be allowed for row number 3. Same way this trigger will check the job title for each row before updating the contents of that particular row. So this update statement is updating 5 rows of the table. So trigger action will need to be performed 5 times. So for this we have to use before row level trigger. Let us suppose row 2 and row 4 belongs to job title CEO. Then update operation will be performed on row 1, 3 and 5, and it will not be performed on row 2 and row 4. This action is performed by trigger, which perform its action before updating each row of this table. To read more about this, you can refer my book Simplified Approach to DBMS, which is available on Amazon platform. I request you to subscribe this YouTube channel to receive latest video tutorials on topics like data mining, machine learning, DBMS, big data, NoSQL and many more. To learn SQL in a simplified way, you can join this free online course on SQL, which is available at Udemy platform. I have also authored books on data mining and data warehousing, NoSQL, Beginning with SQL, and PLSQL for beginners. All these books are available on Amazon platform. To read more about this, you can refer my website prateekbhatia.com. Thanks for watching this video.